Good morning, dear hearts. Well, I'm very excited. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to my excitement. We are starting the very first review. This means you have completed the first 50 lessons. And I just want to say, it doesn't matter how long it took you. If you did it in this first 50 days of the year, or from when you started, that's wonderful. But if you needed to stay on a lesson a couple of days, but you're still going forward with it, congratulations, you've made it to the first review, and your thought patterns are changing even as we speak. So, first review. Now, I always stress that we need to look at the introductions to these reviews because they are really important. They give us some amazing information and it helps us as we go forward in the review lessons. So our first review, the introduction is telling us that, okay, here's our first review. We are reviewing 5 lessons each day, the 1 through 5, 6 through 10, so on and so forth. And during the course of the day, to look at each one of them, spend a couple of minutes with it, make sure that by the end of the day you have looked at all 5 and spent a little time with them, reviewing them in your mind. If there is one lesson that really is calling to you, spend more time with that one. To do this review, it is suggesting strongly that you do your reviewing in a quiet place because it says after you've read the idea-related comments, the exercises should be done with your eyes closed and when you are alone in a quiet place if possible. This is emphasized because of the state of our mind as of now. But paragraph 4 in the introduction, and I love it so much because again it gives good information, but it says this is emphasized for the practice periods at your stage of learning. It will be necessary, however, this is really important, that you learn to require no special settings. So right now we find a quiet spot, but in the future we want to be able to practice these ideas wherever we happen to be. You will need your learning most in situations that appear to be upsetting rather than those that already seem to be calm and quiet. It's not quite a zinger, but it's really important. The purpose of your learning is to enable you to bring the quiet with you and heal distress and turmoil. This is not done by avoiding them and seeking a haven of isolation for yourself. So, for everyone who you've ever heard has gone off into a top of a mountain, into a monastery, and caved themselves in their own home, okay, and not allowing the outside world in, that's not really going to help. Here's what's going on. No matter where you go, you are taking your grievances, you're taking your thoughts with you. Your mind is accompanying you. So the purpose of all of this is to quiet your mind and start a new thought system. And until we do that, until we accomplish that, we're just taking the old baggage with us into a new setting. So don't think that going away into a cabin in the woods, and don't let M. Night Shyamalan come with you, but don't go away from everything. See how you can be in peace in the middle of everything. This is where the real growth happens. You will yet learn that peace is a part of you and requires only that you be there to embrace any situations in which you are. And finally, you will learn that there is no limit to where you are so that your peace is everywhere as you are. Your peace goes with you wherever you go. God goes with me wherever I go. And then the very last couple of lines in the introduction, it says, we are now emphasizing the relationship among the first 50 of the ideas that we have covered and the cohesiveness of the thought system to which they are leading you. And this is going to, I think, be a direction I'm going to take for this year with these lessons, because the first 50 lessons truly appear in one form or another throughout this workbook now. The first 50 lessons are the foundation for this thought system, and we are simply building upon it. Now, the first 5 lessons that we are reviewing today. Nothing I see means anything. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I do not understand anything I see. These thoughts do not mean anything. I'm never upset for the reason I think. All of these lessons, in one way or another, are dealing with judgments. Judgments I have made about everything that I see. Nothing I see means anything because I'm judging it. I'm looking at it from a meaningless thought system and trying to make up something about it. So the reason that this is so, I see nothing and nothing has any meaning, because it's necessary that I recognize that I don't really see anything at all. I've given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I have judged everything. Everything I look upon, I have judged it. I've decided what it is. I've decided how important it is. But it says, I'm in the little text portion after each lesson, I suggest that you read them, that I'm willing to recognize the lack of validity in my judgments. My judgments don't mean anything in truth. I do not understand anything I see because I have judged everything amiss. I'm not judging anything from any real basis, any real foundation of thought. These thoughts do not mean anything. And what we have already learned, that wonderful phrase, the thoughts I think. My real thoughts are only the thoughts that I am thinking in alignment with God. So my thoughts do not mean anything if I am not thinking with God. So if my thoughts are meaningless, everything I see and I judge must be meaningless as well. And I'm never upset for the reason I think, because I am judging everything, looking at everything from a space of illusions, from my egoic mind. So I've made a judgment. It's a false judgment. I, however, am not willing to admit that at this time. So now I have to go around to justify why I have judged everything the way that I think it is, and defend the thought system that I have made up, which is based on false evidence appearing real. Fear. So that's it for our first review lesson. And I will see you here hopefully tomorrow. And so proud of all of us for being here together today. So please like, please share, please comment, please subscribe. Someone just yesterday suggested that I suggest that if you look at the comments, you make a comment, look at the other comments and see what other people are saying. And of course, please pray for all of us together to choose a real thought system and to think with God. Namaste.